Hey, Abby, very good to see you. Today we're talking about Secure Act 2.0 and what it means for your retirement accounts. As you know, Secure Act 2.0 recently passed the House with overwhelming bipartisan support. There are many exciting provisions. We're going to break down some of the ones that we think are really important, but we're going to start with proposed changes to your 401k. What do I need to know?
So, one provision would require employers to enroll workers in 401k plans
Hmm.
starting at 3% of their salary, which would increase annually until they're contributing 10%. So, that would be an automatic kind of out of sight, out of mind type thing, which actually has been proven to increase saving rates, which is why they're putting this in this specific Secure Act 2.0.
Hmm. And one of the other changes regarding the 401k is that we may have a Roth option, which I know you endorse because it has huge tax benefits when it comes to retirement.
Yeah, so under this bill, employees would be able to elect some or all of their contribution to go to a Roth 401k and potentially even require employers or some employers to have that Roth 401k option. It's
Mhm.
become more popular these days than it was in the past. So a lot of the times when we look at plans, it is an option. Some people don't know about it though. So this would encourage that a little bit more. And this is a little bit muddy. We're not quite sure about this part of it, but there's a little bit of talk that the employer match might be able to go to the Roth 401k option. So
Mhm.
that's kind of up in the air. That's not a guaranteed thing. There's a lot of ramifications to that if they do include that
Mhm.
in this version of it. But it's something to look out for. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with that.
Right, so a lot of moving parts. Another proposed change would change catch-up contributions.
Yes. So it would change the amount that you can add to your 401k given your age. So,
Mhm.
we probably all know that there's limits, unfortunately, to what you can contribute to your 401k. So this would increase the catch-up contributions for those aged 62, 63, and 64 to up to 10,000, up
Wow.
from 6,500, and those contributions will be indexed with inflation.
Okay, that's good news. Also, it would increase the starting age for those required minimum distributions to 73 in 2022 and then kind of staggered then on out. Who does this help?
Yeah, so I think this is actually a really neat aspect to this. So the first Secure Act changed the RMD age from the very confusing 70 and a half to
Yeah.
72, which was nice. And now this version of it is changing it, potentially changing it to 73 in 2022, 74 and 2029, and 75 by 2032.
Hmm.
So, and the reason they're doing that is because longevity is getting longer and longer and longer,
Right.
and that's a trend that's expected to continue. So
Hmm.
they're doing this in anticipation of that, so they don't have to go back and change the RMD age, over and over again.
Hmm.
And that's really going to help people that don't necessarily want to take distributions from their retirement accounts. A lot of people have income sources from other things, or they don't need all of their RMD
Right. Right.
to meet their expenses. And basically it's just a big tax bill, and they're like, what am I going to do with this money? I don't need it. What am I going to do with it now? So it's going to help those type people, and then also people that want to continue working, that have IRAs.
Hmm.
If they want to work into their mid to late 70s,
Hmm.
even, they're going to be able to delay taking their RMD if these changes do end up holding.
Okay. And another one of those provisions, which is kind of tied into that, the RMDs will affect beneficiaries when they inherit accounts. This is complicated, Abby. So, what's the easiest way for somebody to understand this?
Yeah, so this first Secure Act completely changed the rules for beneficiaries of retirement accounts.
Right.
It used to be you had to start taking distributions, but you could spread those distributions over your life expectancy.
Okay.
So if you're in your 20s, the distribution you're going to have to take is very small because your life expectancy is quite long. What the first Secure Act did is it changed it to what's called the 10-year rule. You'll see here there are three different categories. So let's just focus on the middle category, because that's going to be the most common. That's the one we get the most questions about, and we can maybe go into the other ones in a different video. So if you are, for example, a child, and you inherit your mom or dad's IRA, let's use that as an example. The Secure Act said that you don't have to take RMDs anymore, but you do have to empty the account completely, pay taxes on all of that by the 10th year after the IRA owner passes away.
Okay.
With this new version, there's some discrepancy with that. We don't know if you have to take RMDs from the account if the owner is over RMD age. So hopefully this will clarify things a little bit. So what we recommend is, if you've inherited a retirement account within the past 2 years, seek some professional advice. So talk to a financial advisor that is an IRA expert. You can also go to Ed Slott's website. He's a fantastic resource if you want to do some research on your own. But those changes are going to be definitely take a look at that if you've inherited an account.
That could affect a lot of people. Huge implications. So if somebody, Abby, would like to talk to you about this, if they have or will recently inherit an account, what's the best way to reach you?
So you can always visit our website at theretirementfamily.com. You can send us a message, ask a question, set up a complimentary consultation. We can chat for 10 to 15 minutes on, what's important to you and what you think you need help with. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way and give us a call at 678-442-0255.
All right. Very easy. Abby, thank you.
Thank you, Erin.